Okay, let's look at question 22. Khalida and her family went for a dinner. The bill was 119 ringgit and 50 cents. They were charged 6% for the service. How much was the service charge? So we take the amount of the bill, which is 119 ringgit and 50 cents, times the service charge, which is 6%. Now when we times this 6%, we change it to fraction. We put it over 100. So we get 6 over 100. Okay, then we solve this. Okay, we can divide 100 here. Divide 100 here means you cross two zeros. You divide 100 is 1. Okay, here you divide 100, you just move the decimal point to the left 2 times. Why 2 times? Because there are 2 zeros in 100. So you move to the left. So this one becomes 1.195. Okay, so 1.195. And then you times 6. Then you get 7 ringgit and 17 cents. Okay, so you times yourself. I'm not going to show you anymore. So 1.195 times 6, just like this. Okay, so you use 6 to times 5, times 9, times 1, times 1. So you get 7 ringgit and 17 cents. Okay, then second question, how much change will she get if she paid 3 pieces of 50 ringgit? Okay, let's find out how much she paid first. 3 pieces, that means 3 times 50 ringgit equals 150 ringgit. Okay, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so she pays 150 ringgit. How much change? So, how much is charged in total? The bill that she got is 119 ringgit and 50 cents. This is her bill. Okay, and then you have to plus the tax. Okay, you have to pay for the tax also, 7 ringgit and 17 cents. Okay, this one is the bill makanan dia. This is tax cukai dia. So you add it up, you get 126 ringgit and 67 cents. So this is the total payment. Okay, and then she paid 150 ringgit. How much is the change? Baki dia berapa? So baki means you have to minus. So 150 minus 126.67. Okay, can you see there's nothing here? So do you write 67 here? No, nothing here means 0.00. So you have to minus 0 minus 7. So not enough. So we borrow from 5. So 5 becomes 4. The middle 0, 0 yang tengah-tengah ni semua dapat 9. They all get 9. And then the last 0 dapat 10. Okay, 10 minus 7. 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6. 4 minus 2. 1 minus 1 is nothing. And then unit RM. So the balance she got is 23 ringgit and 33 cents. Okay, question 23. A temporary worker works for 9.5 hours and gets paid 61 ringgit and 75 cents. Okay, let's write down first. 9.5 hours. The payment is 61 ringgit and 75 cents. My goodness. Okay. If the rate of the payment is the same for each hour, calculate his payment for 4.5 hours. So this is basically the question. 9.5 hours, you get a payment of 61 ringgit and 75 cents. So what about 4.5 hours? So what we do is we take the payment divide the hours. So we find out how much is 1 hour. Okay, how much is 1 hour? We find out payment per hour first. Then we times 4.5 hours to get the answer. So 61 ringgit 75 cents divide 9.5. Now, how do we divide this? There's a decimal point. So we move the decimal point to the right in both numbers. So 9.5 becomes 95. 61.75 becomes 617.5. Okay? Then you can then we have to look at 95. Now this is a CFA that we never learned before. So we can do 9 and 5 CFA. I'm sure you learned this, right? So you do CFA 9 and 5. 1 times 9, 2 times 9, 3 times 9, 4 times 9, 5 times 9, 6 times 9, 7 times 9. Okay, for 5, 1 times 5, 2 times 5, 3 times 5, 4 times 5, 5 times 5, 6 times 5, 7 times 5. Okay, then you have to put them together. Okay, 9 and 5 is 95. This is the first one. Okay, the second one is 18 plus 1. 18 plus 1 is 19. And then there's a 0 behind. We put a 0 behind. 27 plus 1 is 28. Put the 5 behind. 36 plus 2 is 38. Put the 0 behind. 45 plus 2 is 47. Add the 5 behind. Add this one behind, the 5 behind. 54 plus 3 is 50. Oh, what number is this? 54 plus 3 is 57. Add a 0 behind. 63 plus 3 is 66. Add a 5 behind. Okay, now we divide. Can we use 61 to divide? No, we can't. Okay, we have to be bigger than 95. So we use 617. Okay, look at this number here. Which number is smaller and closest to 617? The answer is this one. Okay, 665 is already bigger. We need a smaller one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 6. So 6 times 95, we get 570. Balance is 47. Okay, check. Make sure it's smaller than 95. Then bring down the 5. Okay, 475 is right here. So this is the fifth one. Alright. So 5 times 95, we get 475. And then we put the decimal point here. Okay, so 1 hour is 6 ringgit 50 cents. Right? So we divide, we found out that 1 hour the payment is 6 ringgit 50 cents. So now the question asks for 4.5 hours. So 4.5 times 6.5. Okay, 1 hour is 6.5. So 4.5 hours, you times 6.5. Okay, so we use 5 to times first. 5 times 5 is 25. We write 2. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 2 is 32. And then you start the second row with a 0. Okay, now we use 4 to multiply, to times. Just now we use 5, right? 4 times 5 is 20. You write 2 here. 4 times 6 is 24. plus 2 is 26. Okay, total is, this one you have to plus, you have to add them up. Okay, then we want to put our decimal point. Now, where do we put our decimal point? That's the big question here. Now, if this is plus, you just follow the same row, right? Just one decimal places over here. If this is plus, but this is not plus, so we cannot put it here. This is times. So for times, you actually have to add up the decimal places. What do I mean? So this is one decimal places. Can you see that? Satu titik perpuluhan. Satu tempat. Satu tempat maksudnya ada satu nombor di belakang. This is also one decimal place. Satu tempat, satu titik perpuluhan. Right? So 1 plus 1 is 2. So here you have to put two decimal places. Dua titik perpuluhan means there are two numbers behind. So 1, 2, point. There you go. Then your RM. So your answer is 29 ringgit 25 cents. Okay, question 24. The table shows an incomplete bill. Okay, bill yang tidak lengkap. Encik Nordin paid 250 ringgit and received a balance of 27 ringgit and 50 cents. What is the selling price of a kilogram of rice? Okay, step 1, you have to solve this first. He paid 250 ringgit and received a balance of 27 ringgit and 50 cents. So that's how we will find out the total bill. How much is the total bill? So the money he paid minus the balance. Okay, the money he paid minus the balance that he received, we get 222 ringgit and 50 cents. So this is the total bill. Okay, so from there we can find out the selling price of a kg of rice. Okay, let's complete this part first. 5 packets of milk powder, okay, 5 bungkus. 1 unit is 29 ringgit 80 cents. So 5 packets you have to times 29 ringgit and 80 cents. Okay, 5 times 0, 5 times 8, 5 times 9, 45 plus 4, 49, 5 times 2, 10, plus 4, decimal point, 2 decimal places, RM. Okay, so the milk total for milk is 149. Okay, what about oil? 4 bottles of oil. So 4 times 1 unit is 14 ringgit 70 cents. So you times 4. 4 times 0, 4 times 7, 4 times 4, 16, plus 2, 18, 4 times 1, 4, plus 1, 5, RM. Decimal point, 2 places. So for the oil would be 58 and 80 cents. Okay, so now how do we find the total of rice? Okay, very simple. We got the total bill, right? 222 ringgit and 50 cents. So this is the total 222.50. RM is here. Okay, so you take the total minus the milk powder minus the oil, then you get the rice. Okay, so very simple. Total is 222.5 minus the milk powder. Okay, tolak milk powder. Okay, 0 minus nothing is 0, 5 minus nothing is 5. Point. This one is 3. This one becomes 1. Then this one is 7. Then you minus the cooking oil. Cooking oil is 58 ringgit and 80 cents. Okay, minus this one borrow, minus this one becomes 2. So this is 4, 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, so the total for rice is 14 ringgit and 70 cents. Okay, total for rice. This is for 6 kg. So the question asks for 1 kg. So you divide 6. So you take the total of rice 1470 divide 6. 2 times 6 12. Balance is 2. Bring down 7. 4 times 6 24. Balance is 3, bring down 0, 5 times 6 is 30. So this is the price for, let's move on, 1 kg of rice. So 1 kg of rice costs 2 ringgit and 45 cents. Question 2, state the items from the table that can be bought with the balance. Okay, what's the balance again? Okay, the question tells us the balance is 27 ringgit 50 cents. Okay, there's no right, there are few answers for this question as long as your total add up to equal or less than 27 ringgit 50 cents. So for example, you can do 1 bottle of oil. Okay, 1 bottle of oil is 14 ringgit 70 cents. And then you can do 5 kg of rice. Okay, 5 kg of rice you get 12.25. Okay, this is 5 kg of rice. This is oil. So 1 bottle of oil plus 5 kg of rice, I get total would be 26.95. Okay, this is less than the balance. Can you see that? So there are several answers you can give here. As long as the total is less than 27 ringgit and 50 cents, then you are right. Last question. The time difference between Moscow and Malaysia is 7 hours. Moscow is located to the west. So Malaysia, this is Moscow. Okay, Malaysia is in the east. Moscow is in the west. So the difference is 7 hours. So meaning Moscow is behind. Because it's in the west, it's 7 hours behind. Malaysia is 7 hours ahead of Moscow. Okay, if the time in Malaysia now, okay, we draw the line here so it's clear. Okay, if the time in Malaysia now is 3:40 AM on 22nd August 2016, what is the date and time in Moscow? So here you have to decide, do you plus 7 or do you minus 7? Okay, do you plus 7 or do you minus 7? Now we can try, we test. Now if we plus 7, 3:40 becomes 10:40 AM. So meaning to say that this 10:40 AM is actually ahead of 3:40 AM. But is Moscow ahead? No, right? They are behind. Okay, they are behind us. So we cannot plus 7. So we need to minus 7. Okay, so minus 7. So hour and minutes, 3:40 AM, we have to minus 7. Now, this 3 here, we can plus 12 hours. Okay, we can plus 12 hours because it's a next day. So 3 plus 12 is 15. Okay, then we minus. 0 minus nothing is 0. 4 minus nothing is 4. 15 minus 7 is 8. Okay, so we get 8:40. This one is PM. Why is it PM? Because this is 3 AM. If you move 8 hours in front, if you move 8 hours earlier, it will become PM. Okay, let me show you. It is a clock, right? Okay, we are now at 3 o'clock AM. So we move back 8 hours, okay? Okay, let's move 8 hours from 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we move 7 hours because the time difference is 7 hours. Now the time in Malaysia was AM. Until 12 is AM, and then you go before that, it becomes PM already. So this is 8:40 PM in Moscow. And what about the date? Now remember, when does the date renews? When do we get into a new date? What time? It's at 12 AM, right? We get into a new day at 12 AM. If you don't believe me, you look at the clock, your phone tonight. Once the clock hits 12 midnight, 12 tengah malam, tarik dia, tambah sehari. Okay, the date will renew to the next day. So if we come back to 12 AM and then go past 12 AM into the previous day, so 22, the previous day is 21st of August 2016. So that's your answer. The time is Moscow is 8:40 PM, 21st of August 2016. Okay, that's all for our discussion for this weekend. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.